Namaste. My name is Vivek Anand, and wavetechnology.com is my website. Today is 35th day of my 30-day challenge. Yes, it does sound a bit strange, but I have with me Roland Takaoka, and um, before I introduce him, or before I start our discussion, let me take under a minute to tell everyone about myself. Uh, I believe in living a simple life, and I believe in thinking differently. I am proud to share my belief with Steve Jobs and Leonardo da Vinci, who said simplicity is the ultimate in sophistication. So, think differently. So, here's my simple way: avoid the cowboys, work with the Indian. Let the Indian handle technology, and you live an integrated, simple life. Maybe you have lots of projects and you are struggling to find someone who can integrate and simplify. So you can reach me by using the contact me button on my website or through my Google Plus profile. So let me get this overlay out of the way. It's a bit, and yeah, Roland, tell us about yourself a little bit
Okay.
since I did that.
I like the identification that George Stewart uses for himself, that I'm a life traveler and a
Mhm.
very flexible person. I learned at age 15 that everything changes and nothing stays the same. And that's basically what I've been basing my life on all this time. So I'm a self-educated, self-taught internet marketer, marketing the what I call the internet marketing tripod, which is the website, Google Plus, and social media, and YouTube video. And there's a special reason for that, but I won't get into it at this time. But mostly, I'm, as I indicated, a life traveler, searching for truths and conveying as much of the truth that I can find. And that's
Mm.
what my life is all about.
Mhm. Okay, um, yeah, we wanted to have a discussion, so here we are. So, um, shall we get going? I have a little presentation to make afterwards, which hopefully will be useful for you as well, Roland, because you some time ago you did mention that you have um, professional quality microphones, but you're not using them for whatever reason. So maybe I can give you some pointers how you can use them, or yeah. Anyway, let us see. So yeah, you wanted to have a discussion. I guess is that about the Android app or how? You tell me.
Yeah, well, I think that you're you're expressing that you had this app and you were developing it on Android, and you were wondering some of the best ways to develop it from here so you could maybe produce something marketable.
Hmm, hmm.
So I thought that this was the discussion we were going to have on that.
Yeah, yeah. So, what do you think are the roadblocks, or how? Okay, it's I'm actually giving the microphone back to you. You.
Okay. Well, being careful about the nature with which we're conducting this conversation, it very well could be. I think you've got a really good concept, and I think that it's going to be useful.
Hmm,
Then the next step to make it something marketable beyond what it just is in its basic existence, is to make it extremely usable and easy, user friendly interface. And the interface is fine, but developing the purpose
mm,
is what will make it sell. In
mm,
other words, or popular. It doesn't have to be something necessarily that costs money initially, because it could be designed as something of a loss later to lead
mm,
people to more of what you do
mm,
and what other people do connected with the app, and develop a marketplace of flow of traffic that leads you to being able to monetize an entire list or
mm,
something like that. So sometimes people develop something that's really valuable, but they give it away so that they can build up the contact
mm,
platform and develop a relationship with tons of people.
mm,
So
mm,
there are different ways, and I think the marketing strategy needs to be developed ahead of time in order to really make it effective. Now, most people develop an app and they just say, "Okay, now what? How are we going to price this? How much can we get? And then how do we get on iTunes, or how do we get on the Android communities? How do we get on the sales page? And let's promote the hell out of it." But it's not as easy as that. You have to really work out. You've already worked out an important thing: the purpose for the app.
mm,
And I connected the purpose for the app really wrapped up into what you developed the app for, and that was for um, reinforcing the affirmations, the meditations, and the vibrations of just before you go to bed, so that
mm,
they stay with you longer. And that's really the functional purpose of the app.
mm,
And it's not like people will get this app and then get the most out of it by doing it every morning when they wake up. This is really determined for using it just before you go to bed. So I think that should be capitalized on,
mm,
and it should be a part of a scheme that is packaged into the concept of your so-called sales approach or your
mm,
offer, so that people realize it's not just a tool, but it's an actual um, it's a mode of operations, modus operandi, so that
mm,
people can not only get the tool and the app, but also inherit a methodology that makes it work better.
mm, mm,
And so I don't think that the concept of using a tool like this just before you go to bed is very widely known. I don't think it's very widely known at all. The concept of sound therapy is also very new in the marketplace of the concept of self healing or developmental, this and that. So in the realms of healthcare and wellness, this is a pretty new concept. So that makes it an applicable target for the marketplace. And then from there is developing the right, I don't want to say scheme, because
mm,
I'm not a schemer, but you have to develop the right approach to make it very, very attractive for people to say, hey, that sounds great. And they'll try it. And
mm,
then you have to price it. It's either free or it's either low cost, so that a lot of people will buy in. So something like this is initial stages of an app offering. The first thing you have to determine, I think, is what we will offer and what you want to get out of it. So do we want to go straight for the dollars and cents, or do we want to go more for the building of a community and a following and branding of your name and your business? So there's two ways to look at it, and either one could be extremely profitable.
mm.
So do you have
Um,
any thoughts on that?
I think the second one, which is building a community, and that is uh, a long term goal, and I think that's the way I would like to take it. Yes.
Yeah, I'm more like the second half player in a game of chess. I tend to sit back. I'm not really aggressive, but when I
Mm,
find the flow and I can develop the stream of consciousness going, that's when I go in for the kill, so to speak.
mm,
And in this case, going in for the kill will be to apply the best pressure to make the most value to the people, and so that you can benefit too. And that would be to go after the community. because it's all about communities now. I mean,
Mm,
I've known this for several years now, that marketing is not about putting your item in front of people on a phone app and making the sale button available. That's the buy button is not the key to today's marketing. Today's marketing is about educating the people and bringing them into your side as a community member and a relationship partner, and then using the relationship to promote yourself from there. And that's a tricky thing, because usually when you start building a community, as soon as you hit the or as soon as you show the buy button, as soon as you start pitching,
mm.
down goes the sales. You know,
Yeah.
people said, "I knew it.
Down
That guy just wants my money."
down goes the engagement, and down goes yeah. Hmm.
Exactly.
Hmm.
So I would say to salvage the relationship at all costs and devote yourself to the relationship and the community building, and then the sales will follow automatically. You have to
Mm.
monetize, sure, but it does not have to be within the building of the relationship.
Yeah. Monetizing as a first aim is the wrong thing to do. So
Yeah,
monetizing has to be there, but shouldn't be the um, aim. Should
yeah.
be the result.
So the thing to consider from here is, consider this the first stepping stone
Mm.
of attracting people to a community. And if you attract a targeted group of people that use the app for specific reasons and it benefits people, you have to define how that it benefits the people. Well, of course, we have to know pretty much in advance how it benefits people. But then there's our intention, and then there's a second thing. That's what the people are reporting back to you, what
Mm.
they're getting out of it. And that's when you really discover the value of the app, when the people start telling you, well, this is how I use it, or that's how I use it, or this is how I'm benefiting it. And gee, I use it. And then when you get all that feedback, all of a sudden you think, oh my God, I never thought of that. That's a great benefit of this whole thing.
Mm.
So now you have an idea of who your people are that are following you because of the app. Now you have a better idea what other things you might have to offer them that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if you're targeting and you might have the right secondary product, you can lead them from your first product to your second product, and that could be your monetary benefit there.
Mm.
So, and it may not be. Might want to have a first step, second step, third step, and then way down the line have a coup de grace with a large offering for people to buy into something huge.
Mm.
Like, I can teach you all these things in a package, and we're going to have a 1 week seminar. It costs $5,000 to join. And
Mm.
you might
Mm.
have one of those a year and just completely do your entire year's worth of salary in one event per
Mm.
year. So there are
Mm.
different ways of setting it up, but the main thing is to find a way to give people value.
Mm. Um, yeah. So as let me this is also my video log for today, so let me
Okay,
do the affirmations, and I would invite you also to do them after I go through
okay,
my affirmations.
very
uh,
good.
yeah. I am meditating every day. I wake up every day between 5:30 and 6, brush my teeth, answer nature calls, and meditate. I meditate every day for 45 minutes, typically before eating my breakfast. I'm not stressing myself to say that I have to do it before the breakfast, um, but I have to meditate. That's the key, and I am meditating every day. I am divine, experiencing human life, and I say it with a lot of compassion. Otherwise, such an affirmation would lead to arrogance. Compassion means love and respect for everything and everyone, be it a plant, animal, creature, or human being. I am walking an hour every day, irrespective of the weather and time. I shall be going for a walk after this video log today. Last couple of days have been a bit lax in that. Easter holidays and whatever else. Yesterday I did go for a walk, but today it has been a little bit. I wanted to go earlier, but anyway. Um, I am achieving what I am alive for. Human life is precious, and I took birth as a human being for a reason. I remain alive for a certain purpose determined by the universe. I am yet to understand this purpose, but seeking that knowledge is what life is for. So those are the my affirmations, Roland. So over to you.
Okay. Um, I have affirmations that are mixed with a consciousness uh, dedication and also a goal dedication regarding the challenge. So I have nine, and but the first six are all pretty much describing the very same thing because I've found that there are various religions on Earth. They all say that their focus is the right one and the same. But I've heard this described so many ways, and all of them are appropriate, and they do not divide people from religion to religion. They are universal.
Mm,
So mine will be a declaration. The first six are a declaration of who I am,
mhm,
and I'll give you those first. Um, I am in the light, and the light is in me. Something given to me by my dad that he used to chant regularly, and that's a belief that the light is in me and I am in the light. It's universal, it's all around me, and also it includes me. The second one is I am divinity. And that means it's the same thing when Jesus said, I and the Father are one. He was drawing the equation between him and the higher being or higher power. So I believe that we are inseparable. God created us. We're all within that creation, and we are irrevocably connected and part of the divinity. So there's that. And then because I'm in divinity and because I'm in the light and the light is in me, I followed with these. I am source energy. I don't need anything. I am source energy and I can manifest through my own thinking. So I am source energy. And then I am infinite substance and infinite abundance. In other words, again, I can manifest. I don't need anything. So that removes the need of, you know, desperation and need from my consciousness. Beyond that, there are two more, and that is, let me see. I am the center of divine operation. In other words, in the striving to do, I am the center. I am the center of divine operation, meaning that the thought and the manifestation of whatever comes next is up to me, and I am at the center of that. And then the final description is I am an aspect of God expressing himself as me. So all of those are basically the same. I mean, very much linked together. Now, the last three are concerning the challenge, more or less. And that is, first of all, I have had half my body, which has been pretty much dormant for almost 4 years. Well, exactly 4 years. I've been in a wheelchair that long.
mm,
And in that time, my right leg and my right arm have had very, very little movement. And but the most that could happen is my right arm would cramp up in this involuntary spasming that rendered me like this, and it would clutch my arm across my chest, and that's about as much as I had no control of it. So now I'm working to relax the arm, to expand it, to get some movement, and much of that is coming during this last 30 days. So if I could even get my, let me see if I can get my arm up. So, okay, that's a little better. And if I can get my hand up, see
Your
that?
camera is actually
Too
quite
low.
zoomed in, so it's
Yeah.
very.
Okay, so let me relax for a little bit here. And the idea is my hand cramps quite a bit, but right now it's relaxed to an extent. But the higher I raise my arm, the more my fingers curl.
Oh.
So it's kind of hard for me to show you what's going on. Let me see if I can relax. But anyway, if I get my hand high enough, okay, so that's
Mm-hmm.
without trying, that's my hand curled. And if I let me see if I can try tensing my hand because I'm getting some strength in my hand.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, can see that. Yes.
So if I I can if I'm sitting and put my hand in my lap, I can get my fingers completely splayed out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there they go. There they go. Okay, so that's a little bit more relaxed there. Let's see what happens now. One, two, three. Oh, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
So my hand curled on command when I said one, two, three. It curled, and that was because I actually forced my hand uh, from my thinking. I made my hand close. So
Mm-hmm.
that's huge to me because I couldn't do this a little over a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing is, let's see if I can get this up there. Okay, see that?
Ah. Mm-hmm.
And that's something I couldn't do. And I'm getting other little twitches in my hand. So to me, that's evidence that there is something going on from these from from what we're doing with the challenge. Now, it could be that I could have done this 3 years ago and gotten the same effect, but I was going through all kinds of therapy. I spent thousands of dollars in therapy, and the guy would tape up my hand and do all kinds of stuff, and I couldn't get that out of it through a paid
Mm-hmm.
therapist. So this is progress for me.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for letting me demonstrate, Wake. I was trying to cut my own separate video, but you kind of rendered that unnecessary now.
You can still do that if you want. So yeah, we have talked about progress so far, and let me show you a short presentation as a trick of the day. Um, Let me do a screen share. Hopefully, you can see that, Roland. Oh, you're muted.
Yes, we can see it just fine.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Um, this is a microphone boom which I created myself, and this is actually um, a table lamp from IKEA. Roland, you don't have to keep your mic muted.
What a great contraption you've invented there.
Yeah, uh, it's actually a table lamp,
I see that.
but it has been modified to work as a microphone boom.
What
Can
a
you see
great
my
idea.
Can you see my mouse?
Yeah,
Yeah. So this is the area where the lamp shade would be, and the bulb would be here, like this.
sure, sure.
And this is the thing which can be screwed down. There are four holes there. It can be screwed down, and if it is permanent. Otherwise, it's more of a clamp. So what I'm doing now is I've clamped it to the dining table, and showing it to you there. Um, so this is the more close-up view of that. You can see the three holes there, which can be used for screwing it down. But more importantly, this is how it looks actually, the table lamp thing. And these are actually the cable ties.
Sure.
You get these cable ties from DIY stores or electric shops or places like that. Um, okay, the other important aspect is this one here. This particular, this is from IKEA, and I have nothing really, no commercial interest, no affiliation, nothing with IKEA. But this lamp is available from IKEA, and it costs only uh, $10, $15, something like that, less than $15. I think it is less than 10. Anyway, this is the critical area. Actually, this one is actually, when it comes from IKEA, this is mounted the other way around. See, the shade typically goes here like that.
Oh yeah, I see. So this is
Um,
actually a part of the lamp fixture.
yeah, this is the, uh, but I had to unscrew these two screws there and
Right.
turn this thing around, because normally this would point the other
Oh,
way.
right, right. So that it would show the dome of the lampshade pointing downward.
Yeah, typically it dome of the lamp points downward, but I made it so that it points upwards now, and I have removed the lamp shade because I don't need it.
Yeah.
um
And I see you gutted the lamp fixture and then inserted your mic inside it
yeah,
and then also cushioned it with a bit of a soft
yeah,
shim of some kind.
yeah. And I used the cables and tied them. You can see the cable tie there in close up. um and this is the front of the, you can see the
Yeah.
this is what I did, and I used this one. This is what actually goes on top of the microphone typically.
Right.
I used that, two of them I used to, um, one goes here and the other one is at the back, because simply because to cover the entire length of this cylindrical metal thing.
Got it.
And this thing holds the microphone. The point is, if you don't do this sponge and all that, you see this lamp has these springs, and as you move the arm, that spring makes all kinds of noises. And
Sure.
if you directly mount the microphone directly onto that, the microphone picks them up real loud and clear. So if you
Yeah.
use that on a hangout, the listeners, you won't hear anything. The listeners would be really annoyed with that
I
big
understand.
noise. So to prevent all that from happening, the easiest way is to isolate the microphone physically from the metal enclosure. That's why I have used that sponge. Um, and this is my microphone, and I have put a Velcro strip on this there, so that it remains inside. And I have mounted it there, and I have connected these two cables. One of them is for the speaker. This, the green one, is for speaker so that I hear what the other person is saying. And this one is for the microphone itself. So this, the red one is actually the one which picks up the sound and connects it to the computer. The other one is actually picks up from the, yeah, as the symbol indicates here, it's for the headphone.
I see.
Um,
So this microphone is purposely designed for computer work.
yes. Um, but this also has, I'm not sure, I'm not, I don't have a picture of that, but this particular microphone can also take those uh, what are they called, XLR cables, whatever that
Oh
is.
yeah. So it's a one plug with 3 or 4 pins.
Yeah, yeah, this microphone can take that as well, but anyway,
Really?
um, yeah, it has at the here it has three sockets there. And
Gotcha.
I think not at the same time, probably. I think if you
Right.
plug in the XLR cable, these two probably become redundant. I don't know. I've not tried it.
Right. So that so that you have an adapter actually that fits on there and then adapts it to the XLR cable.
Yeah, the no, I think the XLR cable is a standard XLR cable.
But don't you have to have some sort of a plug attachment that goes onto the end of the microphone so that it can receive the XLR.
That there is a socket here. These two are on one edge of the microphone. There is
Oh, I see.
another edge.
So there's actually a separate socket built in the end of the microphone.
Oh, the I think the XLR cable that came with this microphone is a slightly different one. One end of it has a slightly different kind of plug, not the
Uh,
standard. Anyway, it can be used only with this microphone, but I'm not using it anyway. Uh,
right. What is the model and brand of that microphone?
it's actually a very popular one in the United States. I think ATR 2010 or something like that. I can give you the exact details, but let me show you the remaining few slides, and I can share that information later on with I shall put that in the description of this video and
Alrighty.
even on the event page, so you can get
Yeah, it's
that.
an Audio Technica. I got you.
Yes, Audio Technica. Yes. Yeah. So that's the microphone, and then I use this. This is a kind of black cloth with the Velcro at these two edges. So you can see that more clearly here. So this is the spiky end, and this is the and this I used to wrap around the microphone, as you can see in the first image there. That's the I am actually these cables are about 15-20 meters long, so I can connect this whole thing anywhere. um,
Right.
and I have, you can see I have wrapped them around here, and they are hidden.
Yeah. So
uh,
did you make that sheath or did you buy it commercially?
this sheet I bought it commercially. It's a cable tidy. It's called as cable tidy. So um, anyway, that is the trick of the day, and hope it's I have given you some ideas, Roland.
Yeah. Um, what I would probably do to emulate that, if I use like my different microphones that I have, I like my Sennheiser microphones. Audio
Hmm.
Technica is great. That's great stuff. It's one of the three top brands as far as I'm concerned.
Mm,
Um, I have one of the other three brands, and that is a Sennheiser,
mm-hmm,
and I use it as a vocal mic mainly. But I've
mm-hmm,
got a cable that is then adapted with a USB attachment, so that I can
mm-hmm,
take it from the normal looking
mm,
standard microphone cable and then
mm-hmm,
feed it right into my computer. So I will
mm-hmm.
be experimenting with that and see how the sound comes out.
Yeah, I think the major trick is the microphone should point at you at all times, and also away from the keyboard. That's the reason why I typically put this the lampshade. I turned it around mainly because so that the mic points up from down.
Right.
Typically it goes like this. The light goes like that, the table lamp, but I turned it around mainly because it needs to come like this. If you use the same lamp and put it up and have the mic pointing down, then it's not going to really work because it picks up
Right.
all the noise from your table.
So let me ask you this: is it a what they call a cardioid mic, or
Hmm.
a is it a cardioid?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, because if it was a condenser mic, it would pick everything no matter what direction it was pointed. But the cardioid is a what they call a unidirectional
Yeah, this
microphone.
this one is a unidirectional one,
Right. So when
and
you
it picks up from the front
exactly, so
prominently.
that's what I have too, and then that's what I recommend. That's
Mm.
what they use on stage for live performance purposes. Is
Hmm.
usually cardioid
Hmm.
unidirectional microphones.
Mm. Mm. Yeah. So
That
as I
was very
said,
good.
yeah, as I said, the um, it has to point like this. It has to point like this, up, rather than down. The Because you can put the keyboard everything here on the table and bang on the keyboard as much as you like. Microphone will not pick it up. That's the whole point.
That's another tip for another day, though, to talk about the keyboards, right?
Yeah.
Because I know that my son uses what they call a mechanical keyboard,
Mm,
and that has some basic fundamental structures that are different from other keyboards,
mm,
and some are really quiet, right? So they have a
mm.
little depression push button mechanisms, and then his actually when you hit each key, there's a physical mechanism rotating inside the each individual key,
Mm.
and so when that happens, it goes click, and so
Hmm.
when he's typing in the other room, it's a horrendous sound. It
Yeah, but that for whoever is actually typing, that has a real advantage in the sense
I
uh,
agree
they get a feedback that yes, I have pressed the key, and
exactly,
they can type really fast.
and he does, and then everybody else gets to hear him. So
Yeah, that's the
it does,
drawback, but
yeah, yeah, that's right, that's right. Anyway, my time is just about up, and I think that perhaps yours might be too.
yeah,
You've got to get on to your walk there, so
yeah.
I will probably suggest that I take my leave and let you go.
Yeah, and it has been a pleasure discussing with you. I shall be reviewing what we discussed today, and yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks a
Thank.
lot for watching, Roland, and namaste.
Namaste.
And I shall stop broadcasting by saying integrate, simplify life. Thank you, and namaste.